Commander, you've received a tip through the YouTube hotline. Gogo says, a tip is using the press instead of 9 crafters.
Let's go check it out, shall we? What Gogo's referring to in the last episode, I showed you Pump and Dump, the gas station, with a hidden secret. And in this vault down here, we're taking nuggets and we're feeding them into a mechanical crafter. That crafts them into ingots. But Gogo, he's over here. Everybody say hi, Gogo. He said it's better if you take the mechanical press with a basin and toss the nuggets in there to turn it into ingots. I personally think that's a cheesy method of doing it. So we're doing this to Gogo. And Gogo, you're going to tell us how it feels. Yep. I'm going to leave you there forever, Gogo. You got a perfect view of the crafters for eternity. Because the reality is, nobody likes getting their nuggets smashed. I'm just teasing Gogo a little bit because he's a friend and he can handle it. But what would be cool is if everybody put in the comments, hi, Gogo. That would make his day. Now, let's talk about YouTube comments and how they can save you hours on doing the wrong thing. I need to make steel for what I'm working on. And in here, the recipe for molten steel shows you that you can use a blaze cake. In this pack, you cannot use a blaze cake. And somebody brought that to my attention through the YouTube comments. So we're going to talk about how you can make steel in this video. To heat the blaze burners, you got to make fuel. And to make fuel, you need power. I had to add a whole nother boiler setup because I ran out of stress units. And when I tied the new one in to the old one now goes berserk. But everything still seems to function just fine. So let's talk about how you make fuel in this pack. It's actually a pretty interesting process. This is where we want to end up with fuel cells. So it starts right here with sand. Sand is getting pulled out of here onto this depot. Underneath here, I have a soul campfire with a fan. That turns it into soul sand. That's being fed right up into here. And the soul sand, along with empty cells that you can't really see, are being fed into this Industrial Centrifuge. Now, all these new machines are being powered by these things, alternators from Create, Crafts, and Additions. And these things are the stress hogs when it comes to the Create mod. That stuff, the soul sand goes in here. This does whatever it does with the fuel cell, and it turns it into saltpeter dust, coal dust, oil cells, which is what we need, and you get like a 60% return on your sand. So this is almost a constant loop. Every once in a while, you just have to add a little bit more sand in there, and you'll keep getting oil cells. And here's the kicker. These oil cells, you can't pick them up. So check this out. If I go to grab one, boom, it disappears, and this is now an empty cell in my hand. So I'm using crude storage units to transfer it like a pipeline over to here because we need to take the oil cell and it goes into a distillation tower. This is a multi-block structure, and this machine is pretty cool because it has a hologram. Boom, you click on here and it shows you where you need to place these blocks, standard machine casings and the industrial machine casings, which make up the distillation tower. Oil cells go in here along with empty cells. And in return from that, you get sulfuric acid. And you get the fuel cells. Now, the fuel cells, you'll never guess, you can't hold them either. So I have to automate this because ultimately we want to get fuel cells into a bucket. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. We're going to click on out. I already have it outputted there, and we're going to output. That's going to go onto this item drain. Below here, I have a pump. And it's pumping it into this fluid tank right here. And the empty cells are going into these crude storage units. And then I have the same thing set up like a pipeline with them. And it sends it right back here so we don't ever run out of cells. And this thing will just keep making fuel. And hopefully this will fill up eventually. But ultimately, we now have fuel. And we can grab a bucket of fuel to heat up the blaze burner and make steel. Let's do that. So I'm pumping out right into this spout from the holding tank. We put that guy right there. Boom, we get a fuel bucket. Now, how do you make steel? You need steel dust. I already showed how you make this, but let me go grab some. We needed the steel dust over here for making blast-resistant concrete. And that setup is right here. Coal dust, iron ingots, blaze burner. You heat it with anything, cold, lava, whatever. It mixes it, turns it into steel dust. So let's grab all this, and we're going to bring it back over there, and we're going to make our first pieces of steel, hopefully. We're going to throw that in there. That's going to feed into this basin that has a mixer above it. And then right here, I have a smart fluid pipe, which we need to set a filter up for this. So this is going to be pretty simple. Just grab the filter, and then we could drag a molten steel bucket in there. Boom, hit the check mark. Pop this guy right in there. So now that'll only pump out what we want it to, the molten steel. And then I can connect this guy right here, power this pump. That's going to feed this seared casting table, which has an ingot cast in there. That's going to make, hopefully, steel ingots. We're going to pull them in right here. Auto input from the right. And I think we're golden. We can fire this thing up. Let me add output these to the left. Boom. And now we just throw this bucket right here. We're superheating. We should be making steel. I don't know how long's that run for. Only 45 seconds? We might need another bucket. Maybe another couple. A lot of bucket. Is this thing working? We're getting steel, folks. And I think that is a good time to wrap up today's episode. I think I needed 8 for the quest. I was hoping for loud noises and stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. Have fun and peace.